Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host from Pearl Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda Hero Psych Defender of the Fatherland of Hitler 1v1 on Mill Road in the north. It is Caosak, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the, let's just go with not Großdeutschen, but I'm talking about Panzerdivision here with Encirclement, with ambush training, stormtroopers break supply line, breakthrough and close the pocket. In the south it is Tonkatsu fighting for the British Army in the Commonwealth, King George. Here with Vanguard, special weapons and mobile assault, we got a Grenadier Pioneer start versus triple sections. Guessing here possibly a sniper start for Caosak here to put some pressure on the British manpower wise. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for their generous and ardent support of the Propagandacast. The Propagandacast is able to keep doing what it does, so big thanks to all those. Other people can join the ranks and support the work by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. You can also consider pre-ordering the game by the link in the comments. Use the code STUK3D, in which case I get a 15% cut of the sale. So that's another nice way to support the Propagandacast. And finally, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Feed the YouTube algorithm. So, sniper start here for Caosak. It looks to beat out the English. More sections there for Tonkatsu. And Encirclement is definitely one of my favorite commanders. And actually that one with ambush training there, of course, and stormtroopers being a fun combo, due to the sprint on the stormtroopers allowing you to quickly close in with MP40s. All the other stuff like close the pocket, breakthrough and such is also pretty handy dandy. In the south, the Grenadiers going points here. That said, I think Mill Road is going to be one of those tougher maps to make user close the pocket on, due to the way how the cutoff points are situated, how most fighting and such, shall we say, happens on the map. But still, the rest of the commander is still, I think, pretty good. University half on the way there for Tonkatsu. Sniper gets a kill there on the British. I do believe that's actually the first kill this match so far. Section there quickly popping out through the shed, or popping in again, perhaps hoping to catch the German a bit off guard there and maybe kill the sniper with a lucky burst, I don't know. Maybe just hoping to buy time. There's a few options here as to what Tonkatsu could be hoping to do here, but there's definitely some risk involved. There you go. Try to think to just like pop in and out here faster than the sniper could fire, but not fast enough. In the south here, the section up, sandbags here, Grenadiers popping in and out as well there. Further up north, you got the section up here, grabbing the medical supplies there. So I think, to just deny them to Caosak, as by now it is a very well-known element that there's a medical supply crate here up there. So you typically don't want your opponent to grab that at the wrong time. Grenadiers looking at the British in the southeast. Tonkatsu onto the sword, and there you go. Straight for the sniper with the best care. The Bren gun firing into the back of the poor sort there. Third Grenadiers got for Caosak. Tonkatsu yet to take up here. We'll have to see when they do that. Section there routed. First retreat this engagement, and there we go. It is mobile assault with mortar teams. I'm just going to call them assault sappers, because for all intents and purposes they are assault sappers. Like, there's the recovery element, but they're basically just a 5-man submachine gun team with axes, flamethrowers and smoke grenades. They're assault sappers. Like, no one uses them for recovery. Basically everyone uses them just as cheaper assault troops. So, assault sappers out here for Tonkatsu, with commandos, vehicle repairs and the land mattress. So named because the original version of this was actually a naval version, so meant for like firing at stuff like that at the sea, so they called the land version the land matches. Go figure. Then it's frustrated in the care, Panzerfausting it, could take it out here, and again, one reason again Encirclement is nice alongside commanders again, you allows you to, like, so to say, just sprint Faust there. That said, Tonkatsu pretty quick to pop the crew repair here. Gonna use the flank up, might be able to finish off it if he had the munitions, but still can perhaps do enough damage to at least prevent Tonkatsu from repairing it easily. It's a bit tough to say here. And Assault Sapper's already closing in with the Sten guns. Gonna use some heavy damage. And there you go, forced to retreat. Up here close to the base though, we got Tonkatsu other section there, causing some havoc here for Caosak. No tech yet. Just filling a bit of resources here. Perhaps planning to go for some stormtroopers, I don't know. But I think some tech here soon would be a pretty good idea. No tech yet though for Tonkatsu. Almost got a section there wiped. We'll have to see what's happening in the center. Pioneers bring up the southeast section, breaking through there. University carrier being faced up by Tonkatsu's sappers. Sniper setting up, going to for the northern munitions point. Tech on the way there for Caosak and the Panzerdivision. armoured car being prepared for Chief's Tonkatsu, the AC Mark III. One of many armoured cars the British Army would operate with throughout the war. This particular version is more of a late war version with the central armoured cannon. It wasn't the only armoured car they'd operate with the very large guns. For example, also a version of the Staghound armoured car, infamous from Companies 1, but which they actually mounted a Crusader turret on, with of course a Crusader gun as well. So, fun fact there, sniper gun is going for the second in the east, getting a good kill there. Gunnies being slowly bled out, need to retreat them soon, like the mechanized company up here for Caosak and the German army. Universe got upgraded with the Vickers K there, and certainly magnifying the amount of firepower it can bring to bear against any German infantry squad. In the southeast section routed here as Caosak puts the jackboot down there. But Chiefs and Katsu think overall still has overall momentum and map control here versus Caosak and the German Reich. And you'll certainly have to do some heavy work here to turn the tide. We got an armoured car on the way there, but can be hard countered by the AC Mark III. In fact, one thing about British tech actually means with a dedicated opponent, they can typically actually get out the AC before you get out your first 2-2. Yeah. Anyway, so far, fortunately for Caosak, that is not happening. So there's 2 actors chance there to get some work done on Chiefs and Katsu and the sections here. So that's some good news for Caosak. Though I'm fairly certain once the armored car hits, Chiefs and Katsu will hit the AC Mark III button. Oh, we got Stormtroopers as well there. Thumbs up, adding some MP40s here. Flanking up behind the forces here, sniping forwards, AC Mark III there. If the MP40s were ready in time, they could have kind of wiped in the section, but oh well, guns being suppressed, Stormtroopers still added, armoured car there rushing forwards, and now we do get the AC Mark III there for Chiefs and Katsu. Has been caught out in there by the MP40s, armoured car flanking the inverse carrier, and there we go. Quite the blow there to Chiefs and Katsu. Good kill there for Caosak. Removes a significant thorn in the side, as that universe carrier in the early game is quite potent. Particular upgrade. Still, armoured car there halfway done here, and that'll certainly be a headache for Caosak to deal with. He could theoretically maybe hope to bait it into a telemine, but he's got no forces even in like the same postal code that to actually achieve a, reasonable telemining that could maybe deal with the AC swiftly enough. So, neat idea there. Also, guessing he's home to catch some mines. His ops concerned that he actually has laid down mines. Guess he spotted and remembered, I don't know. Or he thought he did. Hard to say here. He does have mines from up here, so he can of course check for the mines. There you go. Deal with them. Up. South side here, if you're going to sneak up there for Caosak and the German army. Chiefs and Katsu's AC Mark III rolling out for the British Empire, and Stormtroopers hunting out here. In theory, you could add a Panther Shake to the Stormtroopers. The most players are typically a bit loath to do that. It's more of a sort of emergency options if you go for like Panther Shakes and the Stormtroopers. Pack 40 on the way there. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Armor covers the AC, and obviously very lopsided in favor of the AC Mark III. Its speed, its rate of fire. It just easily trumps the armored car, plus access to smoke, target dread. Very, very powerful armored car in the game. Ground northern point of the Grenadiers. In the south, we've got the section clash from Grenadiers here. We also got bolted sections for Chiefs and Katsu. North here, pursuing here. Grenadiers probably need to retreat soon before Chiefs and Katsu's horde fall upon the Grenadiers and utterly evaporate them. Pack 40 ready. Counter sniper here for Chiefs and Katsu, having had enough of that German sniper. Of course, ambush Stormtroopers could be another way here for Caosak to perhaps put an end to that sniper if Chiefs and Katsu is not careful, or Caosak is particularly devious. We shall have to see. But with the Pack 40 out there. Mainline anti-tank gun of the late war period for the German army. Though by the late war, they were actually starting to show to replace them with Panther Strike teams more and more. With some late war divisions, typically the Volksgun divisions, would actually have their entire anti-tank gun complement mostly replaced with Panther Strike teams. Fun fact. Sappers here busy with some barbed wire sniping north at sea. 9 kills. Medic bunker there almost upgraded for Caosak. Steadily bleeding out the English. Packing up the center. Salvaging here the armored car. A rare sight of actually watching someone use the salvage part of the, again, assault sappers as I call them, because the name is always really, really long. And again, most people just use them as assault troops because they're basically just cheaper assault troops compared to the average cost. Gonna use the sap pioneers here. There's a section in the south. Sniper almost done there for Chief Tonkatsu. Storms are flanking the sappers there, catching them with the MP40s, but all taking quite a bit of dose of stand fire right in their faces. Go. Got the sappers pushed back, but also took 2 losses in the process. Sniper right around the corner here for Chief Tonkatsu. 40 moving from north here, gonna flank that AC Mach 3, good shot there. And of course, not all German divisions would actually have access to the Pack 40 if they had it, so like it was also not uncommon for, like, shall I say, some second and third rate divisions, particularly infantry divisions, to be equipped with like the Pack 38 or even like just so it says guns rechambered for German ammunition. Those were also fairly common, in fact, in German servers. So, little fun fact on that one. Back here, Chief Tonkatsu's base, most of the force, they're recovering, healing up. And now we got the Bren guns heading out there, of course, significantly increasing the firepower of the British infantry section. Armor coming 40 around to line of fire. The Pack 40 quickly sitting up here and there. Good, great shot on the armored car there. One more shot could take it out, T. But no, gets away. Close call though here for Chief Tonkatsu and his armored car. No tech yet for Caosak. Could perhaps be planning something more. Maybe another machine gun. Mortar team. Actually, doesn't have a machine gun at all. Could be a thing to consider, in particular with ambush camouflage. Ambush machine guns are quite handy. And before they nerfed the ambush camouflage, it was also one of my favourite ways of counting snipers. Just bait them into the MD42. Pop that bastard. So, Grenadiers being attacked here in the upper 2 Brent sections. We do have an MD40 there for Caosak. Thumbs up. Though I don't think we're seeing any ambush camouflage for the Grenadiers, which honestly would be a pretty handy upgrade besides like machine guns. They do synergize well, but also, you know, once the sniper is reeled, having a bunch of ambush Grenadiers can actually make it a bit harder for the sniper to do what he wants to do. There you go. Got the German sniper. Good patience there for Chief Tonkatsu. Plus we got the Bren section advancing forwards, unleashing a tide of firepower there against the Germans. Need to treat the Grenadiers here before they get utterly annihilated. In the far south here, Grenadiers could grab some points here and there. Whoops. Stormsman back in the ambush in the section, but on the other hand, decide to do so right in front of a Vickers machine gun, which is typically not one of the best places to reveal your ambush. Pack shoots. Not entirely sure what it was shooting at, but it certainly wasn't the armoured car there. Grenadier moving forward here. Flanking in here again, catching the assault sappers there. Might want to treat this section down to just 2 men. Of course, they do both lug around a Bren gun there. Meanwhile, tech almost done there for Caosak. None yet for Chief Tonkatsu. Though, having more of the resource, more of the map, they could easily take up and actually push out a relatively fast Cromwell or Centaur here versus Caosak. Probably are planning it. Ooh, again, here we see sort of the risk a bit then trying to, like, you know, keep them around for too long. In this case, we're able to quickly bring them back, but say been forced to retreat as other units as well. That could have gone a lot more uncomfortable there for Chief Tonkatsu if suddenly Caosak, like, you know, had another machine gun. Brandhunt gun out of there, the Vickers machine gun pushing out there. Pack 40 gets another hit down the AEC, but again, it gets away there. The devious armoured car. North Victory Point being seized here. Storms was advancing there. 6 kills, closing in at 2. And spotted and quickly routed. Got machine hold forts here. Again, I would strongly recommend ambush camouflage in that one if possible. Otherwise, I think the best move now for Caosak is to get up to the promo core. And a mortar would also, I think, be helpful. I particularly find Mill Road to be a good mortar map. In general, I'd always recommend a mortar in a 1v1 map. Generally most maps, really, when I think about it. Mortars tend to get very overlooked, but in the right hands, mortar's just a very powerful asset. Ram points here in the west. I mean, there's a reason why most actual armies, you know, at that period typically had some various levels of mortars, including at the squad level, even like, for example, early war German squads. Actually, I think it's more platoon level, but they had to have like a platoon level mortar there, like a 5cm one, for example. Little fun fact. They almost got the sniper with a really close call there for Chief Tonkatsu. Sniper armored car setting up again. Storms advancing here. Support core going up. Also got tech there for Chief Tonkatsu. North here. Ooh, close call here. Tonkatsu can he secure the white pit? Might even be able to sprint the Gunners if need be to try and catch a section here. But yeah. No, gets away! That is some incredible luck here in Tonkatsu. At least Caosak got a bit lucky there as well, but yeah. That was a really close call there. Storms, I think, need to retreat there. They are getting some good action in, but they are taking a hell of a thrashing in the process. Can go for the Panther Fall soon here. Vickers moving up here. Looks like he might try and set up here in Caosak's northern flank. Bit risky, but at the same time, under the right circumstance, can also create a complete nightmare situation here for Caosak. There you go, forces the machine to retreat. And like then, by extension, forces the pack to pull back as well. South here can lose busy there. Panther Fall on the way for Caosak and the Panzerlehr Panzer Division. Armament car isn't it repairs. Caosak or Tonkatsu here, no Cromwell yet or Centaur. Probably not going to go for the Centaur, but could go for the Cromwell. That's it. Tonkatsu does like to go for Comets. And the fact he's going for the 6-pounder gun now rather than me going for the Cromwell definitely has me thinking Tonkatsu is very much thinking Comet. He's being snapped in the south. 5 kills, close to Veteran 2.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Parnesia's the sections.
Anti-tank gun ready to do some damage.
There we go, 6-pounder gun out for Tonkatsu. Panther 4 ready there for Caosak. Panzerkampfwagen 4. Adding the panel-mounted Maschinengewehr there to the top. And here's the section. Armored coming forward into the Pack 40. Good shot here. Almost ready to do that Pack 40 as well. Panther 4 setting out. Southeast section holding up. Stormtroopers again creating forwards here. Sniper there. Ooh, could get... Yeah. Stormtroopers running up here. Sniper there only until realizing most bushes don't sprint at you, even in France. But yeah, if you ever see bushes sprinting at you in real life, pray they're not German stormtroopers. Or any kind of assault troops, really. So nice over there by Caosak. Thumbs up. I mean, stormtroopers in Encirclement really have that nasty ability for them. They just like sprint like while still being camouflaged for like a second or two, which can typically sometimes allow to like pull off these like, you know, sprinting assassinations. So thumbs up to Caosak pulling up. There go AC there, immobilizing the Panther 4 almost. Close call. They almost got the AC in return here. Panther 4 needs to keep holding out. There we go. Oh, nope, it's still immobilized. There you go. Narrowly escapes with the Panther 4. Really close call here. Certainly also just highlighting the sheer power of the AC Mark III. Need to fix up the Panther 4 at this point. Caosak may want to consider bringing another Pioneer squad. And the South team machine basically with the Southern Vector point here. Gun is pursuing the 6-pounder gun here. Ren sections with Vickers supporting up here. And there you go. That forces Caosak to pull back the pack. There you go. Another sprint here to try and Panther fast. But again, there's just too much pressure, too much heat. And I think Caosak here makes the right decision. Sacrificing a Grenadier squad to take out that armor car is just not going to be worth it. Unless like you're really bad at math. So what will Caosak go for next? I mean, probably Panther 4. So you could also consider the Osvent here. And of course, the other option would be the Stug to just try and finish off that ADC. Because the Stug does have that nice combo of good rate of fire, good mobility, and good range. Is one reason I like this Stug. It allows you to like have a better chance of finishing off enemy stuff. Instead, Caosak is committing to another sniper there. I mean, that's an option though. I still think it also benefits a lot from just saying more ambushed, camouflage upgraded units. I'll be Panther 4 pulling ahead here, so guessing not a Stug here for Caosak at the very least. More likely another Panther 4, which is totally fine. And the Panther 4 is a nice middle ground there, efficient piece of armor there for the German army. Reinforcing healing here. And he's being swarmed by the Brent sections. Comet on the way for Tonkatsu, very much as expected. He's a big fan on the Comet. Which can basically describe, what if the Panther, but good? because it costs less than the Panther, roughly has a lot of the same stats as the Panther, but also has a lot more abilities on top of that. And really just outperforms it against infantry as well, so like, it's just really good. Plus, again, it's part of then an overall cheaper and more efficient tech structure, which, again, makes it more easily accessible, too. So, Caosak also going for tier 4 instead of going for additional armor here. Could end up regretting that. Again, Wehrmacht tier 4 is generally never something I'd recommend. Not unless you got, like, a good solid, like, composition of tier 3 armor in the first place. So, anyways, here's my opinion. We'll of course see what Caosak does with this. Armor card fixed up. Got the comment out here, adding the tank commander there. Got the ability to toss grenades, and of course can later get the automated version. Got self-repair thanks to the commander here. Smoke shells can be added with white phosphorus as well. Good shot there from the Panther. Swaps out here. Cheese cuts a section, but again, really not having like wiping any of his sections. Like, it's a lot of almosts and close, but never quite an actual wipe there, which I'm sure Tonkatsu is very appreciative of. Then he's catching the armored car in the south, but is also then backed up by 2 sections. Storms on the guard there, each level 15 kills, common heavy as the Panther 4, and nearby troops. Building utterly shattered there by the Comet's 77mm gun. Stormtroopers apparently being spotted there? Or is he just like paranoid at this point? But they sort of give themselves away, I don't know, but seem to have done the trick. Coming in there, Panther flank in there, shoots, good hit there. Trying to rush the 6-pounder gun, maybe that could actually be another deer here, but don't blame him for not doing that around the Comet. 1 kill on it so far. Full sync. Got the AC finally. That's definitely a win there for Caosak. That is a win. Definitely puts Tonkatsu there in a less well-disposed position that I will say he's still in a pretty good spot. I mean, he does have the Comet, and he's most likely just going to keep churning out the Comets because they are good. Cancel the section here, though it's still fairly risky the way he went about it, but in this case, good map control here. Definitely made it much more, you know, feasible here for Tonkatsu. Palm Racing 4T using the artillery as well to support a push here. Really aggressive and uses emergency war speed as well here. Racing right through here. Could theoretically try and take out the pack. You could like pop the grenade there on it, but clearly decided not to. Also, for those wondering, yes, it was actually quite common, I believe, for tank crews at least, you know, lug around grenades in the tank for self-defense. Like Allied German ones. In one case, a Stug ace that got caught up behind certain lines on the Eastern Front, you know, basically, you know, got surrounded and started chucking around grenades from the side of his Stug, so I imagine it was a fairly common thing for crews to have grenades packed up on board with them. Little fun fact there. Grab this on the point there. Closing image on the Comet so far. 6-pounder gun again for Tonkatsu to replace, just add to the firepower engine. Caosak with the heavy Panzer core. Likely going to go for the Panther here. Could also go for the Panzerwerfer or the Sturmpanzer. We shall of course have to see which of these options Caosak commits to versus Tonkatsu and Cynical Nisi versus the Sappers with their Piats, their projector infantry anti-tank. North Econ is almost up with the Comet here.
Anti-tank, we're losing a capture point.
Close call there though for Caosak. Very close call. So, what will be here for Caosak? I imagine though, with the Comet about there, Caosak is probably feeling inclined towards going for the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Sections, Vickers moving up, there we go. Panther on the way there for Caosak. Comet blasting away there with 77mm gun. Good shot there, right through the Comet's frontal armor. Second shot bounces. Another kill there on the Vickers. So the interesting thing to see here, will Tonkatsu at this point now try and go for a counter sniper. To Caosak sniper again. He's just going to go for another comet and just start trouncing Caosak with like a multitude of comets. Southeast Stormstorm is going to go up in the section here, even with tactical advance. Tonkatsu has some impressive luck there, and the section escapes that ambush. Meanwhile, the Panther's right around the corner here for Caosak. The Panther 4 there, light repaired. Of course, with a Panther and a Panther 4, Caosak, I think, his next priority should be bringing in more Pioneers to assist with repairs, because one Pioneer squad is just going to be much inefficient and insufficient to actually repair all of these tanks here. Comet Strength 40 and is almost wiped out. More to place for Tonkatsu, bring it to artillery there, whereas Caosak still has nothing. But of course, he does have the Panther now. The Model A.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Which, by, you know, normally was steadily being replaced by the Model G, which had overall improved frontal armor.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And side armor as well, mostly to, shall we say, streamline production between it and the Yak Panther model. Fun fact.
What do you need us to do? Heavy tank awaiting orders.
Panther rolling forward here, but there's two 6-pound guns ready here. Good shot on the sappers though there. Almost wiping out the Panther 4, they push back. Panther engaging up here. Decent shot there, right through the Comet's armor. Yeah, the lack of artillery is definitely making this, I think, tough for Caosak. But now the mortar placement on top of that only makes this tougher. And we can see that Tonkatsu is actually deploying smoke here to mess with Caosak's defenses. Thumbs up to that. Cheap and incredibly cost efficient because of that. Since, you know, it's free. Switch over to regular mortar bombardments. Storms are being routed, moving up the center now under cover of smoke. The machine is holding up here. Still no ambush camouflage. Still needs more Pioneers. There you go, the catch in the section advances right into this line of fire. Sniper gaining actions, one of the 6 kills achieved for Deutschland. Southern victory point being claimed here. We got 404 213. Caosak does have quite an impressive victory point. There you go. More smoke here from Tonkatsu, this time called in by the section. Not quite as cheap, that is not free, but still pretty cheap. That 25 munitions. That's actually roughly the cost of a grenade. Panther bounces off the Comet's armor as the Comet gets its shot right through the Panther's armor. South here we got the Grenadiers, the few sections. Panzer here for Caosak decides on some rocket artillery here to try and blast Tonkatsu into submission. Tonkatsu, meanwhile, would appear to be within range of a second Comet, so definitely has to fuel. And manpower-wise, it's not too far off either, I think, there for Tonkatsu. Worth noting, though, we haven't really seen much of the commander here besides the assault sappers. We haven't seen commandos, we haven't seen a mortar team, we haven't seen the... Well, we have seen that, actually. Well, we haven't seen land matches so far. Panzerwerfer, though, almost ready here for Caosak. Panther 4 eventually 2 there, and some Schutzen. What will Caosak do next? We have the Panzerwerfer out here. Panther there flanking the Comet, shot bounces. Comet does not, and gains Retinue 2. Good shot from the Panther there, that actually pierces the Comet's frontal armor. 403 versus 201.
Comet tank ready and waiting.
So, Panzerwerfer waiting a good target, I imagine, here. Seconds press, smoke being deployed again. Stormtroopers moving forward here steadily. Comet racing forward there, catching the section. Bolts suppressed, easily falls them back here. Good shot from the Pack 40. Second shot misses. Panther forming about a bit here. Panzerwerfer waiting, biding its time before unleashing a barrage there against Tonkatsu. Section sees the center, more smoke here. I think in part the ways deploying smoke here at least is probably to like just mess a bit with the sniper. In this case they knew that the section just wiped the sniper sims out in the open. There's, you know, eventually 3 with 2 Bren guns. I guess that's also why he probably didn't bother with the sniper. He's got eventually 3 sections with 2 Bren guns. You clearly don't need a sniper at that point. Almost got the 6-pounder guns, but the Panther barrage, as usual, tends to be a bit wonky. Which means the 6-pounder guns only suffered minor losses and can be quickly recruited there. Panther slowly inching forwards. Grab northern point as well. It looks like a misclick. Or just the mini-map wasn't quite accurate. Storm's moving forwards here. Gonna get closer to the section. Pop tactical advance on Mag. Active machine gun bunker here, just noticed that. Routed. Another comet there for Tonkatsu as expected. That's going to be 2 comets and thus twice the trouble here for Caosak. I mean, he's already just struggling with the first comet. 2 comets is going to be a hell of an issue there for Caosak. Still forgot the gun that is here. You know, I think orders were to take the point. 9-9 were to stare at the point. No, take it. Stare at it. Oh my god. There we go, getting to the point. Comet, they're going straight for the bunker. Which is definitely not comet-proof. Probably not even Crusader-proof. Around the sappers here with the MP40s there again, be used efficiently. Pack something up here. Target weak point, there we go. Thumbs up. Storm's definitely spotting for it. Need to get the Panther and the Panther want to exploit this then. Otherwise, it's just going to get away. Though we do get emergency war speed. Caosak, they're a bit slow on it. Storm's moving forwards here. Probably helping to cut off the anti-tank guns by maybe throwing a smoke grenade and just shooting them. That works too. Almost got the Comet here. Second Comet ready. Pop smoke with the Stormtroopers. Comet deploys smoke instead. Almost got one of the 6-pounder guns. Excellent work here by the Stormtroopers. Second one exterminated. Great here. Panther's veterans won there. Another great shot here from the Panther. But need to just retreat the Storms before they get wiped. That definitely a hell of an expensive loss there for Caosak to lose his Stormtroopers, as the firepower they can deploy, as you notice, there is really good. Panther push back, half H veteran 2. Panther 4, half H veteran 3. Far up north, he's caught with the 2 sections. Another Panzerwerfer barrage off here from Caosak, but appears a bit late to the party here. Kills a few, but they're so close to the base that, you know, they could just quickly recruit anyway, or reinforce it anyways, in this case. More Pioneers here. Final there for Caosak. Very crucial in putting out that both tanks are heavily damaged. Wait, did they actually kill their own there? Kind of looked like it. Well, light machine guns going through the section here. We got 96 to 139. Prioritizing the Panther in this case. I'd actually prioritize the Panther 4 because he can more quickly repair it up to full health and get it back into action faster. Whereas with the Panther, it's going to be off the field for longer. Obviously, you can argue in this case with 2 comments about there, it probably doesn't matter because the Panther 4 is going to be useless against, well, not useless, but perhaps bit mismatched against 2 comets, and you generally want the Panther out anyway. So that's obviously an argument that, you know, could fit here. As for Caosak, I mean, not really room for much big stuff there, but a Stuke to back up the Panther 4 and the Panther versus the Comets could be an idea. You definitely need something with a bit more punch here versus the 2 Comets, because otherwise they are going to make things very uncomfortable for Caosak. Make no mistake. I mean, they already are. Here's right about the Comet. Storms are catching the section here, again ripping through them with their MP40s. Panzerwerfer's ready to fire again. Panther good to go as well here. Storms are there going through the Vickers, almost got it. Yeah, just before wiped it, but at the same time the 2 Comets just, you know, pretty much forced his hand. He would have risked getting his Stormtroopers wiped, and that would not have been worth it. Not in the slightest. Panther bounces off the Comet's armor. 6-pounder gun and Comet does not bounce off the Panther's armor. But steadily approaching Veteran 2. Other Comet is slowly approaching Veteran 3. Finally being bombarded here by the Comet. Another Panzerwerfer barrage. That was a bit of a whiffed barrage, I think, to put it generously. Tonkatsu keeps up pressure against Caosak. Panther will take a few hits here. Panther's almost good to go, coming to line of fire here. Pack 40 there. Too slow to react here. Pretty good there for Tonkatsu. Pretty good. Sappers are being ripped apart by Gundies. MD42 sees Storms creeping up again. 28 kills. Mortar fire raining down here around the Pioneers. And almost gets them. Peckingham getting a good shot from the Comet here. Quick to pull back. Of course, doesn't want to risk like a target weak point as... Oh, he does actually get it off there. but he lacks the force to really push in and finish off the Comet. Up north, the Comet is kind of getting a bit isolated here, but not even really manner that helps Caosak out either. One thing he could consider in theory is actually attack up through here and go for the mortar emplacement. You can remove the mortar emplacement. It could hurt Tonkatsu a bit there, though. It's going to be a fairly tough task thanks to the brace structure ability. More mortar hits here. 6 pound guns bring up. Pack 40, they're being pushed back. But he's got plenty of fuel here and a fair amount of manpower. It's just more like he's got not much to do with it because of being almost full pop cap there. Could go for the Stuk 3G. Certainly would recommend that. Comet sending out here very, very close to the east level. Of course, is where it gets even more dangerous thanks to increased mobility, rate of fire, and of course the ability to chuck grenades. Which actually means this is usually one of the more powerful veteran 3 bonuses for like any tank. Because most typically just tend to like increase mobility and rate of fire, but it's only the Comet that just gets the ability to chuck grenades on top of that. And for they're taking several hits, but also bouncing some hits still. Oh, we got rake supply line here. Ooh. Might actually kind of work here at the same time, may not, but better attempt than never. We'll have to see how this works out. But yeah, again, you can see that like it's already in like, you know, the part that's neutral. There's not a lot there to catch in, so definitely one of those maps where it's gonna be like pretty tough to make this work. Pretty tough. I definitely do appreciate the attempt though. I mean, 2 thumbs up for that, but some maps just were not designed close to the pocket in mind. Perhaps they were. Hard to say. But definitely not one of the close to pocket friendlier maps. And here's the right next to the point again. Still, he did push back Tonkatsu. Is obviously not a complete waste, I guess. But obviously there was also that, you know, quite the silent assault of a lot of dead Englishmen. Still flooding resources otherwise. Plenty of manpower, plenty of fuel. Panther again, you need a repair, so at least now it does have these shoots added. And we do get a Stuk 3G now for Caosak. Thumbs up. He does have breakthrough, which is actually like what makes his command also a bit interesting. And like, you know, no other commander really can make use now of a fuel surplus except this commander, because you can turn into like basically a blitzkrieg that allows your tanks not just move fast but grab points and shoot faster. That's a mass blitzkrieg, so like, you know, this synergizes quite well more honestly with, you know, just lots of medium armor. And three, we got a bunch of Panthers and get this going. They would obviously also benefit from it. Comet racing forwards here, blazing with his gun again, ace level there, racing through, popping grenades there. An absolute dervish. Demon. There you go, popped a regular grenade there, almost got the pack with that. Really dangerous situation here for Caosak. He's rushing in the Panther now. The Panther is being pushed out. Panther fast in the Comet. Panther moving in here. Stuk is ready. Grenades again there off. Panther getting a good shot of the Comet. Pack's about to get wrecked. Stuk out. Sturmke shoots last from Gabe. We got a Panther barrage off here. Fighting is pretty intense between Tonkatsu and Caosak. Rocket screaming down there. Almost got the 6-pounder gun crew there. Good shot there. Panther though half HV 3. Stuk at ready. Panther for receiving repairs here. Caosak has suffered infantry loss as well. Then top of the pack crew there. And losing the ace pack crew is definitely going to be the tough one to replace it for Caosak at this stage. Could go for another Stuk. Now roughly. Now he needs minor loss more here. Got 55 versus 101. Storm switching ground in the south. Got the southern point booby trap. Thumbs up there. Pumped firing away there. 19 kills. And there's almost ready. Gonna use sectioning forwards here. Lots of trench there for Tonkatsu. Besides providing, you know, hiding places for his infantry, they also provide basically the benefit of being improvised tank traps, which make it further difficult for Caosak to attack with his armor. Another reason I really don't like these changes, I don't think they're really a great addition to the game. Because actual changes, tanks would just typically drive right over. These they technically act as tank traps, which is just, you know, already makes it harder to use tanks aggressively in a game that in many ways I feel like at times really makes it difficult. But there you go, second Stug on the way. There's going to be quite a amount of armor here for Caosak. Let's achieve some Tonkatsu. That's set. He's sort of bunching up in a corner. There's anti-tank guns back. The one, of course, it's 2 comets. So, gonna be tough here for Caosak. Gonna be tough, and will require, I think, some well-executed maneuvers here to really make it work. Another Panzer barrage shot here from Caosak. Got one of the 6-pounder guns, actually. In the south, storms will bring through the section here. We got 335s, 101. There we go, Panther flanking in here. Stug attack from the other angle. Need to get the Panther forming plus the other Stug. I'd actually probably recommend going breakthrough now. Actually would have done that a bit sooner. They're kind of backing off here. Storms are charging in. White Phosphor being deployed here. Now we got breakthrough here. Need to keep moving there. Need to keep moving. Need to get past the anti-tank, and he should not stop up in front of the anti-tank. And that is definitely a mistake here by Caosak. Definitely not notice again the rate of fire there is definitely making an impact here. But yeah, stopping out in front of the 6-pounder gun is definitely a mistake here by Caosak. Sappers there firing away there. Panther rushing in. Getting a bit distracted here though. Panther there loses its main gun. Suffers intense damage from the sappers here as well. Panther knocked out. Again, lack of in support for this attack. Now, rears his ugly head. He said no way of dealing with the sappers. And they're just firing Piat into the rears of the Stugs. One knocked out here. Complete mess here for Caosak. Unfortunately, a bit of the danger of the haphazardly put together assault here with insufficient info support here. Whereas the info support for Caosak, Chits can then deal with the armor much more easily. Quite a blow here to Caosak. Nice attempt, but again, the lack of info support really hurt him. And, proper artillery support there wasn't a Panzerwerfer. Again, all this highlights how powerful the comets are. So there you go. There you go, GG, game over. A blow to Caosak here, victory for Chits and Tonkatsu. A fierce fight here. Again, I think it really highlights just how powerful the comet is and how powerful the Panther isn't. So I hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't have enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll talk tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.